What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the, well, I guess it's a Thursday build show now, but this is technically a build that we were doing yesterday, Wednesday. We had to stop in the middle of the build because we found out that the case that it says is supported, or the case states it supports a 360 millimeter AIO, does not support a 360 millimeter AIO, does not fit on the top, though it states it does. So I did order a 240 millimeter AIO. It did arrive actually about 40-ish minutes ago. So we're literally nick of time. It's here. So we are just going to continue this build tonight, and then we're going to build another PC after this one is completed. What timing? I know, right? Timing is just perfect. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and get this AIO installed, and literally all we had left was to put the graphics card in, and then also do the cable management on the back side of it, and then it should be pretty good. Good afternoon. Also, it's actually evening for me over here. 7:48 p.m. now, so I'd say definitely evening now. But we are back, and we are going to finish this build. That is why it says 1.5 right there, because it's already partially built. You know, woohoo! For me, it's like a hyper build because it's pretty much done, other than putting this radiator in and or AIO and then the graphics card and cable management, and woohoo! But my name is Ben Estrino, if you didn't catch that earlier. I'm here at the Empower Gaming Studio. I've already switched over to this scene because we're just going to jump right into it. And we're going to be building PCs. We build a lot of PCs here on the channel, live on stream. We do a lot of weird custom mods. We do, I'm going to actually start a new series over on YouTube only, which is, and I'll probably stream the actual portion of the build on all the platforms, but a YouTube only video, which is going to be for PC flipping. And that's actually how Empower Gaming Computers became what it is today. That's how it all started. So I thought I'd go back to kind of the basics and show people how to flip PCs, how to look for deals, and how you could make money flipping PCs just like people make money flipping cars. You flipping cars? You know, just throwing it out there. So cool stuff. Channel keeps growing. May as well keep it up. But Jared, I think we'll actually have a functional PC within the next 30 minutes here. So here we go. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We already know the specs, which is, if anybody is curious, feel free to ask. I'll run through the core specs, which is the i5 12600KF on a B760M MSI motherboard, and 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 CL16 RAM with a 2TB SSD and an NVIDIA RTX 4060 8GB GDDR6 with a 750 watt 80 plus power supply, 80 plus bronze. And this is a dual chamber case with a 240 millimeter AIO that we're installing, which I was trying to do a 360, and the case just would not allow it. Can't wait to see her fire up. Same here, man. Same here. Pop. Let's get into it. I'm going to take this, get this AIO out of the box now. We have to rotate the fans once again. I laugh hysterically. Pretty sure we have all the hardware here except for some. So we have too many screws out in this case. So that screws will stay. And we also need the triple. swap that bad boy out. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh. Yay. All right, so now that we got that squared, we can actually proceed. We'll need to rotate these around again. Well, can you imagine that? It fits. Would you look at that? It fit. Hey, good morning, sir. From Greece. Would you suggest running filters on the intakes? Yes. Filters on the intakes, it's fine. You already have the bottom filter, and the side kind of has a filter. The case itself will filter enough. You have a magnetic dust filter for the bottom, which is over there in the box. So it'll be filtering up. But good morning, Mr. Pan, over there in Greece. Nice of you to join us so early in the morning, which is actually evening for us. Once again, you join us from the future. But all right, so we've got our AIO radiator finally installed. And would you look at that? It fits. That's a bonus. It's 3 a.m. there? Wow. Did you already go to sleep and wake up, or did you just not go to bed yet? That's what I'm curious about. Are you getting the early morning coffee or the late night shuffle? Thermal paste time. I want to ask you, is it a good idea to buy an i5 12600K or a KF? I did respond to that Facebook chat. But really the only difference between the two is the integrated graphics on the K versus not having integrated graphics on the KF. But they're the same exact CPU outside of that. I know if I buy a GPU card and the i5 12600K, is match with the CPU, or a good idea to buy card graphics? Like, I don't think I follow that question. It's all over the place. Oh god. I just realized I forgot one very important piece before I put this block on. I was wondering why we can go so tight. There's supposed to be studs under this. You don't necessarily need them, but they're nice to have as a guide. I'm going to put them on real quick. Normally I'd already have those on if I was doing the build in order, or slightly out of order. Sorry, my English is not very well. Sorry for that. No worries. No worries at all. I think I'm trying to digest what you said, but I know if I buy a GPU card and an i5 12600K is matched with the 12600K, or is a good idea to buy card graphics like 12600KF. So the K has the integrated graphics, the KF does not. The only benefit there is when you have integrated graphics is for troubleshooting purposes. I love the build 1.5, thank you. Well, I mean, we're continuing the build, so technically it's already built. I didn't know what else to say other than round 2 or... Yeah. Oh. Oh. I don't know where the Game Boy cards are. I don't know. Drifts down. Only 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm gonna finish this build. There we are. In all its glory. We finally have the AIO installed. Hey, Escort. How's it going? Welcome to the build stream. Army vet. Somehow my watch streak broke. I think it was 14 in a row. How did it break? You've been on pretty much every stream. Over on YouTube, I mean, if I buy a 12600K and I buy a GPU Sapphire Radeon RX 5500 XT8 Gigabyte Pulse, if I have problems, or must I buy the GPU card Sapphire Radeon? No, well, yeah, I mean, if you buy the i5 12600KF, you will need a graphics card in order to run the PC. Without a graphics card, you're not gonna get any display. So if you're planning to buy the 12600K or the CPU and the motherboard and everything first, and then later buying the graphics card, and you want to use the PC, then yes, you're going to want the 12600K because it has the integrated graphics. Army vet, I don't know, it's back to 1. Oh, now it says 2, stupid Twitch. I don't know Twitch. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop a graphics card finally. Finally, in this thing. Have you checked out the new Fallout series? No, I have not yet. Have not had time to look at Prime yet. Are you going to be installing the OS and updating the BIOS on stream? Generally, I don't, because I have another build that I'm going to be doing next. So I won't be doing the BIOS or the OS on stream. Generally, I do that off stream, but I can. People want to see it, I guess I can. My capture card doesn't like to play nice. Hey, Escrowed, thank you for the follow, sir. Thank you very much. Over on the Twitch side. And they announced the next-gen support coming on the 25th. I've been in my hole, but I don't remember that. Good. Got to kill these. Do we want to go over the top with the power cable or up from the bottom? I think we're going to go from the bottom. Be the coolest of routes. Oh yeah, and before I forget, so I know I'll forget this because, you know, I kind of went 50-50 on this build. I need to plug this in. Started the build yesterday, ran into a problem, had to wait for a new AIO. Finished the build today. I hate doing that because my mind is so all over the place now. Alright, PCIe connection. We're going to run it through the bottom here, if I can. Like to see what it looks like through the side. I generally like to put them through the side here for these builds. AIOs are the least favorite. You found some 120mm chassis fans in my closet, and I don't know what to do with them. They have an RGB hub, though. Huh. You can always add them to your PC if you need more fans. I think I'm going to like this spot better. Alright, and then let's cable manage this up and we'll fire this thing up and see what it looks like. Binary. The long wait is finally over for Jared. Need zip ties. hold on. I believe the intake fans are 420 millimeter. On the output fan, they're 140s on a 420 millimeter AIO or radiator. You have a Lian Li Land Cool 216. Nice. That's a big. 216 is a pretty big case. I think the front, if you bought it with the fans, I believe the front is 100 and. I think they're 140 or 180. There we go. Nice and cable managed. I remember I did touch this yesterday with my fingers on the inside, and there's no plastic on the inside. No peel. So I wanted to wipe that down. Make sure I don't leave any fingerprints behind. I don't know why you keep getting ads for women's underwear, man. If you don't want the ads, I would suggest maybe just subscribing. I don't control the ads. It means I don't have an excuse to get bigger, better looking one. Yeah, I mean, the 216 is a really nice case. I really like that one. One of its competitors is the Fantex G500A, and then also the Montech Air 903. Those are two very big competitors of that case. Sorry if I just bumped y'all. All right, there you go, sir. There's even a mirror. So this is a i5 12600KF with 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM on a B760M with a RTX 4060 and a 2TB M.2 Gen 4 SSD and a 750 watt dry bronze power supply. We've got a 240 millimeter AIO here at the top, and we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans, 5 of which are intake, 1 is exhaust, and the AIO is also set up for exhaust here at the top. So what do they say about the 360 millimeter AIO? I did not get in touch with them yet. It's on my to-do list. But if I do get in touch with them, you guys will see it. Or at least I'll link the review. You know, if they don't respond, I'll put a really nasty review there for them, and I'll link it so that everybody else can go like the review. And maybe that'll get some attention. All right, let's get this thing plugged in, and we'll fire this bad boy up. Shall we? I know Jared's been waiting for this moment. Hopefully that's everything that was wrong with the PC, and there's nothing else that goes wrong, right? No more delays. Although Jared did say his luck sucks, so it's a new PC build with new PC parts. It is. Well, this was supposed to be slightly over here. I thought I already had it positioned and all that. Let me adjust this. There we go. All right. Why a 4060 though? A 3060 Ti is better at around the same price? Actually, no. This is about $100 cheaper than the 3060 Ti because we're buying new parts. You can't buy used when we are offering a 2-year warranty. I have to buy new parts from a certified reseller in order to have access to a warranty from the manufacturer. So if I'm buying a brand new 3060 Ti, it's going to be pretty much almost... A 3060 Ti would be about $80 more. Yes, this is a customer build. That makes sense, yes. But if it was a used market, and I'm flipping, if I'm doing like a PC flip, then yes, the 3060 Ti would be the better option at a cheaper price on the used market. No, this is not. I build, like, just as an example, last year, if you look right here in this corner, right there, I built 733 PCs last year. Boom. Let that sink in. All right, so Jared, are you here? Are you ready for me to push this power button? This is your moment right now. We're gonna push the power button for you and see what it finally looks like. Yup, he says go. Let me just make sure I want to make sure I had the switch on the power supply. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding. I didn't do enough April Fool's Day stuff, and I streamed on April Fool's Day. So you guys just gonna have to deal with it for the rest of the month. I may have just unplugged it. Nope. Okay. It was just rebooting. How loud are the fans? Right now, they're pretty loud because MSI doesn't like to run them at PWM speeds right off the rip. You do have to go in the BIOS and adjust MSI to say, hey, these are not DC fans, these are PWM fans. And so it likes to run PWM fans off the rip at full speed. So right now, they're pretty loud. They can get loud, but once we have the fan curve set and the settings set in the BIOS, it's going to be pretty quiet. It can get loud, though, if it gets hot. The RGB RAM is blinding as always. Looks nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this build you can actually take a look at on our website, which is the Quantum Prime. This is the original Quantum Prime. I'm going to make a Big Brother version of the Quantum Prime because it seems to be The dual chamber design is a high request. Gets requested a lot. Yeah, none of the RGB is actually in sync right now. So, like, for example, this channel and this channel at the top, they're just doing their own thing. And then the RAM's kind of just doing its own thing right now. And that'll all change once we get Windows loaded and we get the MSI center with the Mystic Light installed, and then we'll sync it all up. What case is this? This is a knockoff of the 011 Mini by Lian Li. But it's actually smaller than that. It's even more smaller, but it's a dual chamber, same design as the 011 Dynamic by Lian Li, just a smaller version of it. And I think the brand name is GIM. Jim. It's an Asian knockoff. But instead of paying, you know, $150 for a case like this, we can buy pretty much the same thing, and it does the same thing, just not Lian Li. So we got a tempered glass side panel that'll go here. We also have the tempered glass side panel in the front. You can kind of get a look at it. If I put the glass on, it likes to reflect everything on that side of the room. Maybe the fans aren't running at full speed. I don't think they are, because we'd be flapping in the back there. There we have it. Build number 1.5 for Jared. Finally posted to the BIOS with an actual cooler installed. I tried to be cool, and that's what I get, you know. I tried to be cool and be like, okay, let's put the 360 in there because the case supports it. Find out it doesn't, but that's what happens when you do the Asian knockoffs. Still a pretty case, regardless. This case does also support the one extra fan on the bottom, so that is a benefit as well. We got 3 on the bottom. So lots of intake. Did a very nice job. I appreciate it, man. No problem. So the last portion of the process, just so you're aware, Jared, is to install Windows, install the drivers, do the BIOS update, fan curves, all that fun stuff. And then we're going to be doing the battle tested phase on it. I'm going to try to get it done tonight so that it's just, you know, ready for pickup whenever you're ready. But it won't be until like late in the evening, because when I do the benchmarking, I like to run a couple of the benchmarks for at least a couple of hours. You'll be by Saturday? Perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Saturday works, man. It'll definitely be ready by Saturday. So, but I should have it ready to go tomorrow. If you decide to go on a late night drive, or I don't know, a Friday drive. But I'll have it all boxed up and ready to go for you. We do have one more build to do today. So we're going to go ahead and shut this down. I'm going to switch us back to a top-down view, and we're going to get the second build here on the table. I'm going to move this one over to the other bench. Made it. What's up, Lance? Lance, we're just getting ready to start the build. Steven, how you doing? You're late. Nah, you're not late. You just saw Jared's build from yesterday. So we're moving on to technically build number 1, but it's build number 2. So I'm going to update this name real quick, and we'll switch those. cool. Oh boy. Besides, Stephen, a wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Gonna zoom out on this one. Hey Sid, thanks for that follow over there on Twitch. Adam over on Facebook, thank you for the like, and Carol, thank you also for the like over there on Facebook. Well, thank you. Yeah, that was for Jared, that first build. So now we're moving over to your build, Lance. We're starting it right now. Haven't done one of these in a while. This is more of our budget build. If anybody knows me back in the day, I've been around back in the day. I used to be known as Budget Builder Ben. And I used to build a lot of really budget type PCs. Also when I was flipping PCs a lot as well. So I did a lot of PC flipping back in the day. But that's what people used to call me, as Budget Builder Ben, because I used to build a lot of budget computers. So we're building this system here. I think we came in at $458 was our total for the system, and then after some taxes, we're just under 500 total for the build. Awesome! My son is watching. He expected, or he's excited. His name's Logan. Okay, well, let me change the name then. This is not Lance's build, this is Logan's build. Gotta give it to him. So Logan, this is your build. Yep, if you're a few years back, I'm on my third one. So Lance is he's got a whole family of empowered, a whole family of people that are using empowered PCs now at this point. This is build number 3, I think Lance is getting through us. My dog was hungry. A whole plate of food in 5 minutes. Holy smokes, that's a lot of food in 5 minutes. Yep, I'll stay in touch with you, Jared. All right. And back, the Jar of Dirt. Welcome back, Jar of Dirt. Welcome back to the build show. All right, so Logan, we're going to run through the specs here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started and throw this thing together. And hopefully have it ready to go for tomorrow, because I know Lance was looking to pick it up tomorrow. But we're going to start with the CPU, which is an AMD Ryzen 3 4100, which has got 4 cores, 8 threads, maximum boost of 4 gigahertz. So this is a really good CPU if you're on an extreme budget, or on any type of budget, and you want to basically get your CPU, your motherboard, and your CPU combo under, I'd say it's about under $140, or in that range, price range, which is, if you think about it, 1/4 of the entire build. Then the rest of it you could kind of just piece together. I think we're actually over. I think it was around more like 150 or 160 for all of that, because we're in the new price. This was 89. This was, yeah, we're definitely over 140. Scratch that. So we're probably around like 160, 170 price range, which is still pretty good for a brand new CPU, motherboard, and RAM. And then we also got, normally I was supposed to go with a AMD Stealth Wraith cooler, which is included with the CPU, but I really don't like those. It's not that they're bad, it's just I know this cooler for $20 by Thermalright is going to do a significantly better job than the Wraith, Stealth Wraith. And we know it's already a 4-core, 8-thread CPU, so it is going to be probably hitting its limits a lot of time. And we want to make sure it stays cool. So with the stock cooler, it's not that it's bad, it's just we could do so much better for $20 more. So I did throw this in to make sure we make the PC last. And then we've got 16 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz RAM, which is all going to be on a B450M DS3H Wi-Fi micro ATX motherboard, which has your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, has an M.2 slot. Basically everything a modern gaming PC will need right on that board. So it's a great board to start out with, especially if you're on a really tight budget. I love these boards. I just can't say much more about it. And then we do have an RX 570, which is an 8GB GDDR5 256-bit graphics card. This one is the Sapphire Nitro, specifically. And then we have a 500-watt power supply with a 512GB M.2 NVMe Gen 3 SSD, and then we're going to be putting this in a Zelman M4 micro ATX tower, which features a black mesh on the front and white around the side. So it is a white tower with black mesh and kind of a tinted glass. So it's got a unique black and on white look to it. It's gonna flow very nicely. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the build. Whoa! What should I get? 7900 XTX or a 4070 Ti Super? So that all depends on if you are playing multiplayer games or single player games. Either one's going to perform about pretty close to the same. Multi. Do you stream or do you not stream? Always a tough question when somebody comes here like that. AMD or Nvidia, and they're about the same performance. If you're streaming, really just go with the Nvidia because of the NVENC encoder and decoder. That's ultimately what I tell people. So if you stream, just go with the Nvidia. Don't go AMD. Until AMD proves that they're better, go Nvidia. I feel like you get a little bit more card though with the 7900 XTX. We got a Ryzen 3 4100 installed. Now we're going to add our cooler. Ow. Actually, we're going to add our RAM first, then our M.2, then our RAM, cooler. Hello. So again, this is 16 gigabytes DDR4 3200 TL16 by Team group, which is the T-Force Vulcan T. This is a 512 gigabyte M.2 NVMe Gen 4 Gen 3, SSD by Silicon Power. It is the A60. And then we have our Thermalright Assassin X120 SE, which is a tower air cooler featuring 4 heat pipes and a 120 millimeter addressable RGB PWM white fan. These coolers are amazing for the price. If you guys are looking for a cheap option to upgrade from the stock cooler that your PC may have came with, this is quite an upgrade. And then there's also an upgraded version of this one, which is called the Peerless Assassin, and that thing is a beast. Pretty much handle any CPU you throw under it. We're going to remove the stock AM4 brackets here. That way we can add the mounting hardware for the Thermalright Assassin X120. We are going to use the back plate that does come with the motherboard. And that's something I see often when people are buying used motherboards or selling used motherboards. These plastic clips and the back plate does come with the motherboard, and people forget that and sell them without. I constantly have people asking me, hey, do I have a, plastic clips and screws with the back plate for used motherboards? And 9 times out of 10, I don't, which sucks, but it happens a lot. So if you're buying a used board and it's an AMD board, make sure it has the clips or the plastic brackets and the back plate from the buyer, or from the seller, sorry. How much FPS is this budget PC gets for 1080p? So for 1080p, this system should get, for AAA titles, I'll say, like your Call of Duty Warzone and, we'll say Cyberpunk in 1080p and probably lower settings, mid to low settings, will probably fetch anywhere from 60 to 90 FPS. And then in your what do you want to call it? Your esports titles like Rocket League, Fortnite, CSGO, or Counter-Strike 2. CS2. Those titles we should be getting closer in the 100 to 150 range. Yes, Lance, he can definitely upgrade this anytime, yes. But we should be getting around those frames. Steven, I wonder what type of games this person is playing. I think this would be perfect for Fallout 4 and those types of games. Yes. I mean, you could pretty much play anything on this thing. It will run it. I think the biggest hurdle off the rip is going to be the storage size, because it's a 512. But I mean, it's enough to install a couple of games and enjoy it. You can always add more storage later. You can always upgrade the video card and get more performance. This core setup right here, even though it's a Ryzen 3, can run all the way up to probably like a 3060 just fine before it bottlenecks. He's a Fortnite lover, so that'll work out great for him. Yeah, this is definitely more driven for that style of game, although it can play pretty much any title you throw at it. It's just, it's going to perform way better with something like Fortnite. Hey, Colin. Thanks for the follow over there on Twitch. And just so you know, guys know, Lance is over on the Facebook page watching there. With Logan, and Logan is the proud owner of the new PC we're putting together. Now we're going to get the 120mm fan added to the heatsink. Actually add another fan if you had more of these clips. Like a push-pull scenario on the heatsink. Now we're just going to tidy up this cable here on this heatsink, and then we'll go ahead and get the case out. All right, let's go ahead and get the case out. We'll drop that in there. Hey there, I need some help with my PC. It's like $3,000 computer, and the liquid cooler with the screen from Corsair has been having an issue. The RGB lighting has problems when I share a screen on Discord, and flickers sometimes if I have a screen share on it crashed the iCUE software and lights in the computer. Well, I mean, if you would like, I could do a schedule a remote session with you, but I probably won't be able to do the remote session until tomorrow evening or Saturday, if you want to do a remote session and take a look at it. That is actually a weird issue. I don't have anything that comes to mind other than trying to reinstall iCUE. I think a deeper dive would be required to take a look at that problem. If you want to get something scheduled, you can always send an email to support@Empower Gaming Computers or empowergamingpcs.com, and I can get something scheduled for you. Here, let me send you the email. Oh. Well, that was a terrible time for me to get signed out. Thank you, Restream. All right, sending the email to all the chats if y'all need it. But if you want to just send me an email there, I can definitely schedule a remote session and we can take a look at it together if you'd like. And welcome to the build stream. Get the case out now. Yep. Y'all get that support email in the chat. I just want to make sure Restream is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I like that white. Yeah, the white is pretty cool. It's got tinted glass and the front has a little bit of black here on the mesh, but it'll blend well with the parts that go in there. Thanks, got it. Also, sorry for the typos. No, don't worry, man. No worries, man. We're only human after all. Yeah, this case didn't exist back when we were doing your builds, Lance. The other builds, but this case is got a little bit more, features in it. So you kind of get a little bit more for your dollar on this one, and it goes out of stock often. So when I can get it, I get it. I grab it when I can get it. What kind of jealous? I might have to trade. Nah, you don't have to trade. I wouldn't do that. We can always just get you another case if you'd want. Or just upgrade those fans, because I think you had those LED fans, if I remember correctly. So those are all upgradable. You can always swap them out. Well, kinda. Alright. Flip this over. I think that's one thing I will need in this case. Is we gotta figure this out. And then we'll need I do need to trade them out, though. Yeah, if you want. Hey, Tony, what's up? Can I help you? I need a PC to stream on for platforms like Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube using OBS. Gaming from your Xbox. Well, you could definitely do that on a, I'd say probably $1,000 budget if you were building new. You might be able to find something on the used market more in the 800 range with the horsepower that you'd want, but you definitely want more of an 8-core CPU for streaming. And then I would say at least like a RTX 3060. ATTV Logan, thank you for the follow over on the Twitch. So like an 8-core CPU, so like a Ryzen 750 700X would be kind of like the lower end budget style CPU that I would target, which is on the AM4 platform. And then 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, as well at like 3200 megahertz would be the speed, but 2 sticks of 16, 32 gigabytes DDR4, 3200 RAM. That would be ideal. And then also the 3060 for the NVENC decoder. I'm the one who's getting the PC. Oh, welcome, Logan. Thank you for joining the chat. Can I get a regular PC? You could, and then maybe do some upgrades. But I would just start, like, we could put together a system that streams on that, for that Xbox. And you would also, additionally, one other thing that you would need is a capture card, because you have to capture what's coming out of the Xbox. So that's another 100 or 150. So you're probably looking at a $1,200-ish build with the capture card. And that would be everything that you would need to capture the Xbox and stream it. And that would be new. I gotta grab a splitter really quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go off screen here. We'll see. Might just do that. Excuse me. All right, so we've got the motherboard installed. I've already got the fans installed here as well. Or plugged in, should I say. Not installed, they were already pre-installed, but I've got the wires and the cables routed where I need them. So now we can start working on the front panel connections from the case, like our power button, USBs, audio, etc. All of that needs to be plugged into the motherboard. I got everything. I do stream on Facebook, Twitch, and Kick, but if I try to push my laptop stream on YouTube the same time, it lags. Yeah, that's because you're streaming to multi-platforms. So it's basically doing double the work. I would recommend taking a look at Restream if you already have a PC. Take a look at Restream and see if that would help. You might be able to, what that does basically is take the workload of multi-streaming off your PC and puts it in the cloud. You do have to pay for a monthly subscription on Restream, but I think it has a trial, so you could try it out and see if it works. But take a look at Restream and try that. Restream might be able to help you there because you're working with probably not enough horsepower to stream on multiple platforms. Like right now, my PC, probably not the best PC, but I'm using Restream to do all the work to broadcast to multiple channels. I'm broadcasting to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, but I'm using Restream to do all that. 11th gen i3, yeah, that i3 processor is only barely going to handle the one stream alone, and then the 8 gigs of RAM also, again, huge bottleneck for streaming. So you want that i3 is I think a 4-core processor. You want at least 8 cores to multi-stream like that, and the RAM you want a minimum of 32 gigabytes, and you've only got the 8 gigs there. So I'm surprised it can actually stream to a single channel, and if it can, take a look at Restream. That might solve your problem. I should have a code for Restream because I tell a lot of people to go take a look at this. So what I show, do I buy a regular laptop? No. No, you could keep that laptop. Take a look at Restream, which is a website. Basically, you're streaming to one platform, which is Restream, and then Restream is actually streaming out to the next platforms for you. So it's like hopping from your PC to Restream, and then from Restream to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitch, to Kick, to TikTok, wherever you want it to go. So Restream is doing all the work in the cloud for you, so you don't have to do it on your PC. You did try Restream, but it lags? Well, then I think you're going to need a bigger PC. That's the only other thing I could suggest. Or you could upgrade the RAM on the laptop and try to see if that helps, but I'm pretty sure you have a CPU bottleneck there for the stream. How many monitors or TVs use DisplayPort 2.1 monitors? Got to be spendy. Yes, I would assume they're probably expensive. Yeah, I'd say if you're going to be serious about streaming and you want to do it on a serious level, I would invest in a desktop so you can continue to upgrade that, and when you go to resell it, it's going to hold its value way better than a laptop. Laptops, you buy it, it's just like a car. You buy it, you drive off the lot, you come back to the dealership, and they're going to offer you half the price. That's a laptop. PCs, desktops, they maintain their value way more for a lot longer. So, because there's more use case scenarios for them, whereas a laptop is just because I need something while I'm moving on the go. And they're very, 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 very limited with the upgrades. Mini computers? No. I wouldn't even bother with a mini computer. Not a good idea for streaming. Not a good idea. No. Mini computers, it's just not, it's going to be the same situation as a laptop. Just not enough horsepower. Lag. Alright, back to the front panel connectors. We're going to get these plugged in here. We can move on to the next step. You did try your son's M2, did very good, all four, but did not like Apple. I don't know what that the mini, it must be an Apple product, I'm assuming. Personally, I would not even bother. With a mini PC. Yeah, anytime you are trying to stream, avoid Mac. Avoid Apple. Gonna limit everything you do. I'm a Windows guy too. All right, there we go. We got all our front panel connectors connected. But it's funny, did very good, only used like 5% of the CPU, but that's because it probably has a GPU that can handle the encoder versus the other device that doesn't have a GPU quite good enough to handle the encoding, which is the big difference, which is why in a streaming PC, you still have to get a graphics card. You can't just run off the CPU because the graphics card is going to handle the encoding while the CPU is going to handle the apps for the stream. So it probably has some sort of graphics card that has encoding and decoding for the stream, which makes a big difference. And it will make a big difference. I mean, sure, you can find a laptop that does that, but it's an investment. It's a one-way investment. It's an investment that's just going to degrade. You know, the desktop is just going to be something that you can continuously upgrade more and more. Am I rich? No, I'm not. I'm not rich at all. I have kids. Lots of kids. Alright. With that done, let's go ahead and drop the card in here. Then we can work on the power supply. Then we'll do some cable management. And we'll fire this bad boy up. Framework is very good, having upgradability, yes. Help a lot. Down the road. My friend told me to buy a gaming PC for this, but I don't play on the PC. I do only play on consoles. Yeah, I mean, the gaming PC is because it has the graphics card, which is probably what you need. So if you're shopping around for a streaming PC, most likely you're going to not be in the right department for the best bang for your buck. The gaming PC is probably going to get you the best bang for your buck for a streaming PC. But I would go 8 cores on a CPU, 32 gigs of RAM, and at least an RTX 3060 for the graphics card, and that'll deliver pretty much everything you want to do on that PC for streaming. And it could do more. You know, if you ever wanted to dabble with PC gaming, it could do that. So, all right, now we just got to bundle up this big mess. No big deal. How do you do that? I have nothing but PCs, but I do use PS5 controller, and Xbox controller also. There is that. You can use controllers on PC. Yeah, you could always use controller on PC as well. And just eliminate the Xbox altogether. So your stream, you don't have to buy a capture card at that point. Because you're gaming and streaming on the same platform. On the same device. That eliminates the cost of a capture card. All good points, Steve. All good points. How much I'll spend? Probably around $1,200 for a PC that'll game and stream. Absolutely not. That PC, do not buy that. That Furfio Iris Core i5-4-6950, that CPU is from 10 years ago. Don't buy that. Not even worth $100, in my opinion. No, I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I know what that company does. They buy old Dell desktops or HP desktops, and they pull out the core, which is the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, and they put it in a gaming PC case, and they call it a gaming PC. It'll game, sure, but it'll suck. You're better off investing in something way different. The type of performance that you need for streaming, it's going to be easily $1,200. That is a laptop running a 2050. I mean, it's not bad, but the RAM is still 8 gigs of RAM. So it's 1/4 of the RAM that you need for streaming. So it's still not good. So as soon as you buy it, you'll have to immediately upgrade the RAM, which you can do on a laptop. Just a little more expensive and a little more tedious, because you have to take the laptop apart, and every time you take a laptop apart, something breaks. So, especially the little plastic clips that hold it together. So if you're going to do that, I would refrain just and invest in something better, like a desktop. That's where I would go. I'm spending way too much time on this cable management. What do you guys think of that cable management so far? Like 16 gig? No, the graphics card is not 16 gig. On the 2050, it's going to be like maybe a 6 gig card. There are some good buys right now. You're right, Steve. Clean. Thanks, Lance. Thank you. Thank you. Coming in clean. The way we do it here. Almost that time. Can't really do much better than that. Party. If I do upgrade my laptop, I'm going to spend like 300, but still not guaranteed to stream. I don't think you can upgrade the CPU in a laptop. Hey Hunter, just got my PC. It's amazing. Awesome. Welcome. Or, what'd you try on it so far? Yeah, the laptops are just so limited with upgrades. The only thing you can upgrade is basically the RAM and the storage in a laptop. That's it. If you try to go upgrading the CPU, it's just not going to work. You can't. I don't think most cheap laptops, most laptops in general, have the CPUs socketed and just right on the board. Yeah, that's really it. And those two things, like the RAM will help with the stream, but I think your biggest bottleneck on that laptop is the CPU. Especially if it's pegged at 100%. Logan, we are going to plug this bad boy in. Fire this up for the first time. Ready and waiting. I do. Gonna put some of this hardware back into the bag here. Clean up my tools. Doesn't look terrible here. And we'll get this thing fired up and you guys can check it out and see what it looks like for the very first time. Side view time. I'm just saying how it looks. Oh, nice. All right, Logan, are you here? Are you ready? We're waiting on you, Logan. You got to tell me when you want me to push that button. Nice job, looking good. Thank you. Logan, are you ready? Lance, is he ready? He's ready. All right, we're going to hit it. A 3, a 2, a 1. I'm just kidding. Like I said, April Fool's Day, didn't get enough April Fools. Push that button! We did. Cool. And we've already posted. Look at that. So sick. Yes, sir. I love how the cooler seems like it's bent. I'm gonna have to double check to make sure I have it all the way down, but I do. I'm pretty sure I do. I think it's bent. Or it might just be the camera. I really don't see it in real life. Oh, you know what it is? It's the fan. I have to remount the fan. It's a little off and it makes it look bent. I'll fix that. Real nice, man. Thank you. No problem. No problem. You like it a lot? Yeah, prices have come down a little bit on parts, so we can squeeze a little bit more in on the budgets. Like this fancier Zelman case got a little bit more bang for its buck. You like the black front mesh? Some giant idiot, welcome. Yeah, I do like the black mesh as well. It also has some tinted glass, so it kind of blends with the mesh. Gives it a good look. It's a attractive, like, black on white look. Gaming PCs are nice, but I don't play on PC, only on PS5 and Xbox. Yeah, I know. But once you switch to a PC, you'll never, I promise, you'll never go back. Unless you hate PC that much. I mean, it's just, you'll never go back. I played on PlayStation 1, the very first PlayStation. And then I got a PC. Well, built a PC and put that together back when I was like, I don't know, 13 or whatever, however I was. And I never went back to console after that. Ever. PC Master Race. Yeah, they stole me. The only time I'd go back to PC was for like Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm sorry, to console was for like Tony Hawk Pro Skater or for Gran Turismo. Those were like the only couple of games. And then I really liked Twisted Metal, so I'd go back to that. But outside of that, like, it was all PC. Medal of Honor, Allied Assault came out, and then Call of Duty, the original, Game of the Year edition. And then Total Annihilation, or there's so many games that you're missing out, man. So many RTS games that you don't even know about, probably on being on the console. And it's such a better experience on the PC. Even with first-person shooters, when you go keyboard mouse, though I know you could do keyboard mouse on the consoles today, it's just a different experience when you're, especially if you get really good with the keyboard and mouse, especially while if you're sniping. You can get cracked with sniping an FPS on keyboard and mouse on a PC. You'll just constantly, especially if you get really good at it, you get reported all the time. I get reported all the time, and I'm not even that good. Like back when Warzone first came out, you know, that was like my primary FPS, and I got shadow banned all the time because I did the Car 98 or the DMR 14 with the what was it? Whatever that small SMG, light, super fast SMG was. Yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do. Yeah, I mean, if you want to stream, the best investment you can do is, Lance, I play PS5. I'm stuck on PC now. See what I mean? You go PC, you never go back. But yeah, the best investment you can do, Tony, is invest in a desktop, and it's something that you can continue to invest in. It's not something that you just buy and, you know, when you need to upgrade, you buy a new one. You can continue to upgrade it over time. So you don't have to like put your money all up front in the beginning. I mean, you will for your situation because you need it to be able to do what you want it to do, which again, I think is going to be in the 1200-ish range on a PC that's going to do everything. Which, by the way, if you ever wanted a custom build from us, go to our website, select custom build, and submit a build request, and make sure you tell me that you chatted with me in the stream and that you're looking for a streaming PC for your Xbox. And I can make sure I get you the quote for everything that you'll need for that PC in the quote. And yeah, it does suck because, you know, you have another PC with the desktop, with a, you know, another screen and a keyboard and a mouse, and it's all separate. And the convenience of a laptop is it's just, you know, one little device and you have it right there. I get that, but it's such a better investment. There's way more bang for your buck in the PC desktop. Yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do to stream on all 4 platforms. Yeah, I mean, for example, my PC is probably worth in the $1,400–1,500 range if I were to rebuild this PC brand new right now. I don't have the best PC in the world. I don't have a massive, believe it or not, I don't have a massive PC. I don't game that much. I stream. I needed to do what I needed to do, and it does a great job. You know, I'll game here and there, but nothing too crazy. Or maybe just streaming only on Facekick like Friday and Saturday. Yeah, you could do that. That's something you that as a workaround right now. I think you interact with your audience when you're streaming to a single platform better than you are streaming to multiple platforms with multiple people. Because you have to remember, if you're streaming to multiple platforms, you're gonna have 4 different chats coming in all at the same time. So like right now, I'm talking to you, Tony, over on YouTube, and Lance over on Facebook has no idea. He can't see the conversation. So you should put the conversation or the chat on the screen. So that's another challenge you'll have to deal with, and more resources that'll be used on the device to do that. Lance, thank you, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Looks nice. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'll let you know when it's all set and ready for pickup. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining the build show tonight. I am Ben Estrino over here at Empower Gaming Computers, and we build custom PCs. We build, oops, sorry for the camera shake. We build pre-builds. We do lots of different things PC related. So I'm going to call the stream here. We're ending it for the night. I'm going to possibly be live Saturday or Sunday, depending on what's going on this weekend. I have to actually double check that schedule, but we'll try to have a weekend stream. And then we're going to start a new series, a couple of different things that we're working on. One is that Green Alienware. Has anybody checked out the Facebook or the Twitter page regarding the Alienware? If you haven't, go check it out. Let me know your thoughts on what we should be doing with that old green Alienware. And then also, we're going to start a new series on YouTube called PC Flipping, which is how Empower Gaming Computers became what it is today. So, cool. I'll teach you guys how to flip PCs. Buy cheap, flip for money, for a profit. Thanks, everything. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Some Giant Idiot. We'll see you around, Lance. We'll see you guys, everybody. Have a good night, guys. See you next time. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, some giant idiot. Dankus Rick. Ah, yeah, we're too late. I'm sorry, mate. Have a good night, Dankus Rick. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. We're just wrapped up.